the Julians have some beef. Yeah, and I want to clear some things up with that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because let me tell you what happened. I don't think I don't think Julian Himmendinger meant any harm, but man, listen, there's
Mm.
I gotta sit down. I should probably talk to him first before I put it out there. But yeah, I understand Julian Green being upset because a lot of people they like to say, well, because what happened was, let me set it up for you. So what happened was
Yes,
Julian,
walk us through it.
yeah, Julian Hemmending was trying to make a joke about the whole Pulp Fiction thing. We were giving, I was mainly giving Julian Green some grief about not seeing Pulp Fiction. A lot of it was joking, but I also thought like, hey, there's some movies I think you should see if you're going to be part of a critics association.
Right.
I think some things that just kind of require viewing or at least a knowledge of those things. But I get that he's from a different generation, and I get
Hmm.
that, there are a lot of people, they, just like us, a lot of people just don't watch older movies.
Right. I'm not gonna run back and watch old Gone with the Wind, even though people say that movie is great. I
Fuck
don't care
that
about
movie.
that.
Fuck
Yeah,
that movie, kiss
exactly.
my ass. No.
Exactly.
And I've seen that movie several times because for some reason my mother loved that movie growing up until one day I had to tell her that shit's racist. Stop. I don't watch that. I don't want to see that in this house no more. But
No more.
no more.
So I get it. I get it. It's not of your time. So
Yeah.
you are looking ahead. So I get it. I am not angry about that. So
Yeah.
whatever.
So yeah, so I get it. Again, I didn't mean when I say like when you're in a critics association, I think that you should there are certain things you should know of, be educated on and whatnot, but that's a different thing. But as
Right.
far as not seeing it, we're just kind of joking with them, and it'd just be fun to just quiz them on it, which was fun when Korey came out and did it.
Yeah, that's
So
cool. You turn it into something.
yeah,
Good.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and
Hmm.
and Julian is here, and a lot of times Julian Green is so his sense of humor is what I really admire him about.
Right.
He rolls with with all the roasting and whatnot, and he makes it something funny himself. Man,
Yeah.
y'all can learn something from Julian Green. That's how you handle a roast, and just kind of be willing to, man, because we all laugh at ourselves here.
Yep.
Uh,
Exactly.
so yeah, so what happened was Julian Himmendinger got on his Twitch stream and and I guess joking. I only saw a snippet, so maybe I can't give you the whole context. But there was one comment that was made where it was said something about are you gonna I don't know what it led up to this comment. So I guess it was something like are you going to you're gonna mess with Julian Green about this and Julian H made the comment that uh what was it? Julian Green is not smart enough to rage bait. And I know a lot of y'all think that I sit up here and when I'm roasting Julian, I'm calling him stupid. I am not, and let me tell you why. Because
Uh-huh.
because I realize, and I told you this today, Oz.
Hmm.
There's a lot of things that you can do humorously with people that where you even talking about them. You can
Hmm.
call somebody goofy, you can call somebody crazy, you can call somebody naive. But the
Hmm.
moment that somebody feels like their intelligence is being directly attacked,
Right.
people take that personal.
Yep.
And you can sit up here and listen. There's a way to roast people and make it respectful, And even when we're messing with Julian, I never call Julian stupid or anybody. I try to make anybody feel like I'm attacking them and making it personal to where I'm calling them dumb.
Right.
I don't do
Hmm.
that. I don't do that. And if I even get close to that, it better be something where they're very very well aware that it's a joke. But I don't make
Hmm.
people feel like they're dumb.
Right.
Try it, y'all. You think about yourself. The moment you attack somebody's intelligence or you make somebody feel stupid, they get mad, and I know this.
Hmm.
And so that's what happened here. And so I think Julian H was trying to be funny, but it just came out the wrong way. And I understand how these things go. You think you're being humorous, but at certain times you also have to be careful that line you toe. If you just can't come out and just be. When you do that, I'm just listen. This is for Julian H and anybody out there. When you cross a certain line, you go from roasting somebody and seeming like, oh, kind of a lovable asshole, just making fun of somebody, palling around, to just a stuck up asshole when you do that. Somebody,
Right.
you sound kind of like a dick when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you got to understand. It's some people don't understand how to, I guess, make fun of somebody and also bring them in as well, right? It's
Yeah,
not about attacking the person. It's attacking, not even attacking. It's about talking about the act that's done, right? The
yeah,
act that you done is funny, and that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about you. Talking about what you did was funny, or could have been done better, or yada yada yada. Now, Julian Green has a track record of doing things that are funny. Oh, that's weird. Like, oh, why would you do that? Not saying that you're stupid or dumb, but the situation that you got yourself in, that's crazy.
yeah,
So, and those crazy situations, can make you look a certain way. Now, unfortunately, because he's getting to these situations where these stories are funny, people take that as that's who he is, right?
yeah,
So when you are not in the room with him, you're walking away thinking, "Oh, that guy's this, that, and the other." And if you don't know how he is or how to make jokes with him or about that situation, it comes off as though, oh, this guy is this. And
yeah,
that's what it sounds like happened. Julian H doesn't, he's not understanding where the joke is coming from. He's just seeing it as, okay, this guy is just stupid. No, the situations that he gets in sometimes are a little crazy,
yeah,
but he himself is not stupid, right? The
yeah.
situations is crazy. And that's what we're making fun of, the situation. When we're talking
Yes,
about him saying he don't want to pay, and he's going to Applebee's. Go to Applebee's. We're not angry at you going to Applebee's, but you're stressing the fact that you want to take your first date to Applebee's. That's crazy,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And that's the fine line that people don't understand when they try to make fun of somebody. Don't make fun of somebody. Make jokes of the thing that they did.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
again,
See,
that's
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 the
weird.
difference. We talked about him. We talked about Julian Green going to Applebee's, taking his date to Applebee's. It was like,
Right,
what are you doing? Why you don't take your date to Applebee's? But you better take them somewhere better. You better
right,
spend a little money. You
yeah,
don't.
and,
You should know
and
better than that. But it never crossed over into,
no,
what are you, stupid?
right,
Nobody ever said,
right,
hey, what are
because
you, a fucking idiot?
right, because the joke turned into you going to Applebee's, and it
Or
turns to what
Chili's.
you going or Chili's, and then it turns to what you so where you gonna go next, McDonald's. So it turned into something else. It didn't turn into him. It turned into the situation. Got more funny and more ridiculous to a point. It's like, oh my god, you know what I mean? So the focus is not about Julian doing. It's about imagine if you took this person to this place, right?
Yeah.
And again, it turned into something else,
And we
and that's
and it's a
how you
way that
do
we're
it.
all having a good laugh about it. Because when he's laughing, we're laughing, we're all laughing. It never stopped and got serious. Where it's like, no, man, that's dumb. Don't do that. What are you, stupid?
No,
No, it never.
no.
No, we will laugh. We're all kind of lighthearted. Know it's a joke. The other thing is, and this is something you got to realize. Just because somebody doesn't know an old movie, that is not a sign of intelligence.
Right,
Because you don't know an old movie, that does not make you stupid, okay?
right,
I mean, regardless of what I think, how much knowledge you should know about a movie, like I said, I think you should know it for a certain position or a certain job or being a member of a certain organization. But in your personal life, if you don't know an old movie, you got all kind of reasons for not knowing it. But one of them is not because you're dumb. No one that is a very arrogant and snobbish way of behaving. Your side, judging people by you haven't seen something that I like. That is very condescending. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
That's crazy too, because I've never seen any of the Godfathers at all. I've
Yeah.
seen none of them, and I not like I've been avoiding it. I just don't feel like watching it. You know what I mean? Maybe if I do sometime catch it, maybe it'll be cool, maybe not. But whatever. I don't feel like watching it.
Yeah.
So
And I get what Julian's trying to say. I know I get what he was probably joking, but I don't think you understand, man. When you when you can, and I've seen this before with other people, seen it with you sometimes. I there's a difference between joking around and being lighthearted and roasting to being aggressive behind it, you know.
Right.
And you once that aggressiveness gets in there, then it feels like it's personal. And then that's really
Right.
does when feel like when you're talking down to somebody. It feels like you're trying to be edgy. Feels like you're acting superior to somebody. You know, there's like I said, it's a fine line, and you better watch how you walk it, because once you step over, then you offend somebody.
Yeah, you're right. And then again, man, how close were they or are they for you to even do something like that? Yeah. Just because other people are in the room making fun of a situation doesn't mean that you could automatically jump in and do it too.
Yeah.
That's part of it as well. Just because everybody's having a good time jumping in, saying this, that, the other, doesn't mean you got to jump in there and be like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
That's too. No, you shouldn't have said that because you really know him like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that
This
has been a pattern. I'm just trying to help, but I get Julian H. I get what you're trying to. I understand you thought you were being funny.
Right.
This is but this is there's a pattern of this thing of offending people. We need to, maybe we need to figure out how we address people, or how far we take things, or learn the art of roasting or something. I don't know,
Awesome. Well, I'm hoping. Here's the hoping that Julian H has offended Julian Green. That's what it sounds like. Now, I'm hoping that Julian H can apologize and Julian Green could accept it, and we can kind of figure out a middle road here and just kind of continue to do this, because I don't want to see people upset with each other or nothing like that.
Yeah. To Julian H's defense, he wanted to apologize, and he said, because sometimes, like when you do these things, who I forgot what the saying is. Let us cast the first rock who have not, fucked up.
That's exactly how.
That's exactly not how it goes in the Bible, right?
Yep. The Bible with two eyes. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. The Bible. Yeah, I read it every day. But no, to Julian H's defense, because I don't want to seem like I'm trying to punch down on anybody right here. In Julian H's defense, he said, I did not mean to do this. All right, so what did I do now? Let me apologize. And I do think he, in earnest, wants to apologize to Julian. Now, here's why I think Julian Green should be he should be a good person and not hold any grudges, because I've seen that happen with people taken to a very damaging point. And I think he should be like, okay, we talked it out. If one person is willing to apologize in earnest and they really are sincerely sorry, you be a good person, accept the apology too. That's especially if that's the first time that they've done that.
Yeah, again, never can tell anybody how to feel. Of course not. But from what was said, it just sounded like somebody who was trying to be funny and it didn't land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like. Try to be funny, didn't work. My bad. I'll never do that again. Boom.
I want y'all to know, Julian, I'm not going to lie, this pattern of pissing people off is getting fucking annoying. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie, it's beginning to fucking get to me, man. But at the same time, I will say that I try to see the good in people. And Julian Himmendinger, at least to me, and into people who are like Martin, he has a good heart. He actually is very proactive with things. He means well a lot. He's trying to actually help more than hurt. So he's a good guy. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want to. That's why one of the reasons why I want to come in here, because I see people like defending him. I see people talking shit about him, and I just want you to know, don't look at what you see online. We're all flawed.
Right.
We all need, I've had to be put in my place and corrected. I've had to be talked down to. If I told you the dumbest stuff, I've done dumber shit than Julian will hopefully ever do. So in my time. So I cannot look at him and act like I'm better than him. But he is a good person. So I don't want to sit up here and act like I'm talking bad, because I don't want to do that. And I don't want to see people hold grudges with each other.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, I hope they are able to repair this, because it doesn't sound like it's something that's irreparable. And again, like you said, Julian Green and Himmendinger, I like both those guys. They're both good people, what I mean, and this shouldn't rip whatever they had apart because everybody's cordial, everybody's cool. If we all get together, it's always a great time. There's no maliciousness, nothing like that. I just think he got, again, we all do this sometimes. When people are humorous, they always try to say something funny, and sometimes it doesn't land. You know what I mean? And sometimes you may offend somebody because you thought that was funny when in turn it wasn't. And I think that was just one of these things.
Oh, hey, and look, man, they already made up. There's a posting right here. They already did it. Look
Oh, word?
Yeah, there they are.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Right
God damn.
I didn't know Julian Himmeldinger was that fine, man.
Jesus. That's why Himmeldinger wear them baggy clothes. Trying to hide the goods.
And that's why Julian Green accepted the apology. Look at that, man.
Can't wait to make up.
He didn't know under those clothes is a fine-ass white girl. So.
Who knew?
I didn't.
I didn't want to know. Son of a bitch. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, what the hell? Who did that abomination? Who did this?
Who? They did it, man. They came together.
They did it. It's no Photoshop work. This is actually them,
man. What are you talking about? Come on.
Sheesh. Thank God, AI is not that well. AI is good, but thank God they not run through no AI.
Oh, I'm glad that's artificial and there's nothing intelligent about it.
It's a goddamn abomination. Crazy.